Christopher Marine and Patrick Greenwas wrote a fabulous book called Neuromarketing, which I really highly recommend. When you start a conversation or a presentation, people initially listen to you carefully. As the performance drags on, and especially if it is boring, people's attention span dwindles to almost nothing. They might be looking to you or at you while their mind floats somewhere else. Product focused presentation, where the sales reps speak primarily about the advantage and the benefit and feature of the product, are an excellent example for really boring presentation, because there is no diversity, just me, what I can do potentially for you, with the biggest, with the largest, with the strongest, with the fastest, and so on. So the people hear these things over time, and they kind of get tired of it. So when we speak, we have to focus on the customer need, not really what we stand for example, as a company. That can always come later. So the first thing is product-focused presentation usually go from 100% customer attention span straight downward. That's just the way it is. Product-focused also presentation can go upward only when a sales rep introduce either a charismatic presenter that is quite interesting data, or summarize the presentation. So when someone, for example, is presenting, all of a sudden say, well, I'm going to summarize what we spoke about. All of a sudden, people that have drift away in terms of attention span now try to get back. So bored people attempt to pay attention usually when knowing that the performance is about to be over. Hence the U curve that you see over there that is represented in the blue line. So experienced sales professionals know that if you are to have a presentation that is product based, it's only, as you can see per the red line, it's only going to go downhill, and there is no way to get it to pick up. And the only time you might pick up is potentially when you're about to summarize the end of your presentation. But professional salespeople, what they do, they use what we call a pattern interruption process, right? Knowing that people's attention span is hard to control, so they keep surprising their audience with activities, data, demos, and exercise, sometimes even engaging with the audience with specific questions and group activity to keep everyone somewhat engaged. So what you want to do, you want to do exactly the same thing, because we want to keep your customer attention above that threshold of 80% to 100%. As you can see with the green curve that I present over there, as you can see, it goes like in U form, right? But it's always between 80 and 100%. The moment you start seeing that your audience is someone losing, track, or they're not following you, present something, either you show a demo, you do an exercise, you move on to Q&A, or you do something where you interrupt their thinking process. But that requires several things. One is to have a strategy, and you have multiple tactics. When I say tactics, is what you're gonna do to interrupt their pattern of thinking when they start drifting away. And most importantly, you need to rehearse ahead of time. The more you know your product, the easier it becomes to control your audience.